G'day, welcome to another episode of Country Life on the Coast. My name is Sean, and on today's episode we're going to build a timber sawhorse from old fencing materials. A little while ago I picked up some old fencing that was heading for the dump, and I've been recycling it, using it for different projects. Well, today we're going to use some fence palings and build ourselves a timber sawhorse. A couple of them actually. The first thing we're going to do is just cut them to size, and then I'm going to give them a good sand and we'll go from there. The design I have is going to use two hinges and the legs will sort of fold out for support, and that way it's easier for me to store them as well. So we'll start with one side, which entails just what I'm going to use five old fence palings. So the first thing we'll do is cut them down to size, and then we'll start sanding them. Alright, so we've got everything cut to size. You saw me sanding everything, and I also planed the ends just to clean it all up the best could. It doesn't have to be perfect because it is a sawhorse, but I'm also going to paint it as well at the end just so that it looks okay, and to minimize the contact. You know, this was obviously fence palings, so they're treated with something, and you obviously don't want to be touching it all the time. So I thought if I could sand and plane them down a bit and then paint them, put a coating over them, they should be fine. So what I'm going to do is build two sort of leg structures like this. These will attach roughly like this, and then I'll make another one, and then we'll just hinge them together, and that way they'll still close up and be fairly compact, so they'll be easier to store in the shed, and they'll be sturdy enough for when I come to use them. So what I'm going to do is just glue and screw everything together like this. But one of the things I'm going to do first is I've decided to just double up. This will be the top, and double that up just to make it a bit stronger. I actually think it'll be fine with one, but yeah, I got all these fence palings for nothing, so putting one extra one in and making it a lot stronger is not a problem at all. So what I'll do now is just measure up where these legs are going to go on here, just so I don't put screws in the same spot and sort of make it difficult for myself. And then we'll put some glue on, glue these together, and then just glue everything else on. And that will be one of the legs made. There we have it. That's one side that is done. So I'll now put this aside and let that glue dry, and while the glue is drying I'll make another one of these, because this is only one side of the frame for the leg. So I'll do exactly the same as what we've done here and make another one. Okay, so it's been a little while. I'm sure the glue's dry, or certainly dry enough for what we need to do now. So I've got some butt hinges that we're going to use to mount them together. So what we're going to do, roll these over. And what we'll do is we'll just mount hinges on and then mount it onto there. And then we're almost done. Alright, so we've got our hinges on this one. Now we need to install it on this side. So what I've got is I've just got some offcuts that I can sit this up on. And hopefully this can sort of balance itself or hold it a little bit in the right spot. Then I can drill and screw these in. So that's the sawhorse all constructed. What I want to do now is just drill a hole and put a piece of rope through here, just so that the legs don't open too far. So I've got some rope. We'll drill a couple of holes, cut off a piece, a couple of knots in it to hold it there, and that will be all it needs. Well, that is one of my sawhorses. I'm going to build another one, so I've got a pair of them, and like I said, they can collapse up, so easier for storage, just what I wanted. So now I think it's time to build another one, and then we can finish this off. Well, there we go. I've got both the sawhorses made and put together. I've just removed the rope from the bottom of them because I'm just going to give them some paint first. I've got some dark grey and mix some sealer in with them as well, just so that they are fence palings. I think I've said it before, where they're treated. So if I just put some paint on them as well, not that I touch them every day, but when I use them, there's less chance of getting chemicals coming across to me. So now we'll put some newspaper down, we'll give them some paint. There we go. There's my two sawhorses made from recycling fence palings. They're nice and solid, they're heavy, extremely strong, and now they even look fantastic. Well, here we go, guys. So these are my sawhorses. They're nice and strong. They're definitely not going to fall apart and will hold any weight that I'm going to certainly put on them. So just to give you an idea of the dimensions that I've made them 750mm, which is what, 2.5 feet, and the same height, 750, 2.5 feet tall. And then this space at the bottom here, this is 600mm, which is 2 feet across. So I think these will be a perfect size for what I need them for. They're all hardwood timber fence palings, but yeah, extremely solid. So very happy with them. see these in future episodes as well as we do other projects. But that's all we've got for in this one. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, that'd be fantastic. And we'll catch you next time. God bless.